We're back to another unfinished city. This time I want to showcase how you can get 3-story buildings using mixed assets and how they look so much better than the original full height versions. This is actually based on a real city, so if you know your Eastern Europe, this is based on Vilnius. So here's the Baltas Tiltas and the National Opera. I'm not going to say that in a Lithuanian way. This is one of the squares. Yeah. Gediminas Prospect. And then here, I'm going to show you. But yeah, so all of this is using buildings which are 4 or 5 stories tall, or even like 3, like them, and Recolor Mod. Recolor Mod is so good, and Road Builder to some extent. As you can see here, I've got the full scale height versions of buildings. So, for example, this pink one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, if you include the roof, 8 stories, which is probably completely unacceptable for a city or just a general smaller sized town. So what we've done is we've got a 4-story version. This is actually a corner, which I use by making 2 buildings and splicing them together, which it's not the best. It's got its flaws. I mean, the shop is struggling. When you highlight it, yeah. And the meshes obviously don't work together, but it creates a good result overall, until we have proper assets, of course. And these buildings, which I used in the other city, the 460,000 city, these can be used for almost palace-y style things, in my opinion. However, as you can see, they are just scaled down versions. So I've just got into the map editor, which we're going to use. So you're going to want to add an object, buildings, or whatever your language equivalent is. And then let's do, so many options. Let's turn this building, which is like a level 4 one. So you're going to place it down. Then, if you click on the building and you get this menu, you can press duplicate template, which is at the bottom. Now you have a completely different building, even though it's the same. And you can see on the left that it's named a copy. So obviously, so then it saves as a different file. You can change the name. So there we go. I don't know what to name it. But the main thing that you want to do is on meshes under building prefab, which is off the screen for you. But under meshes, this element 0 is referring to the mesh of the actual building. And if you want to sink it into the ground, you can change the Y value. So let's sink it 8 meters down. And you can do this however you want. Let's do, so here we have a much shorter building. I would align the windows actually so then they seem a reasonable height off the ground. And it's honestly that simple. You can save the asset. Yeah. And it's kind of all of this stuff which you can change stuff. So you can change the zone. You can change any sub-objects, which can be really useful. You can change the terraform override, which I'd recommend if you're doing a large building, so then the ground isn't terraformed to reach the bottom of what the building is, which is obviously under the ground. Wow. So yeah. Now, the way that I created a building like this with a corner is you'd take this and you'd add another mesh. So now we've got 2 meshes. Now obviously they look like they're in the same place, but if you rotate it, you can see that it appears rotated, and you can do that, and you can use the position to shuffle it around how you like. And it's really that simple. When you open it up, at the bottom you'll see